Hello students, in this session let us understand the concept of agricultural marketing in India, the defects of agricultural marketing in India and measures undertaken to overcome the defects of agricultural marketing in India. At the outset, let us understand the concept of agricultural marketing. Agricultural marketing system is an efficient way by which the farmer can dispose his surplus produce at a fair and reasonable price. Improvement in the conditions of a farmer and their agriculture depends to a large extent on the favorable arrangement for agricultural marketing. Agricultural marketing covers the services involved in moving an agricultural product from the farm to the consumer. According to Professor Farooq, agricultural marketing comprises all operations involved in the movement of a farm produce from the producer to the ultimate consumer. Thus, agricultural marketing includes the operations like collecting, grading, processing, preserving, transportation, and finance. Today, in India, the agricultural marketing is undertaken in four different ways. One is sale in villages, sale in markets, sale in mandis, cooperative marketing. So here we have to understand what is the meaning of agricultural marketing. As already we have understood, it is the process that involves assembling, storage, processing, transportation, packaging, grading and distribution of different agricultural commodities, and then measures undertaken by the government to improve agricultural marketing in India, which we will take up at the end. So, farmers, they sell their produce in the villages. The first method open to the farmers in India is to sell away their surplus produce to the village traders, money lenders at very low price. Here they don't get fair price for their produce. They are compelled to sell immediately after the harvest at throwaway prices to the local traders or money lenders from whom they have borrowed money. The second place is sale in markets. It is a second method of disposing surplus of the Indian farmers is to sell their produce in the weekly village markets. The third one is mandis. There are more than 1,700 mandis which are spread all over the country. All these mandis are located in a distant place. Thus, farmers will have to carry their produce to the mandi and sell those produce to the wholesaler with the help of brokers called dalals. These wholesalers again sell those farm produce to the mills and factories and to the retailers, who in turn sell these goods to the consumers directly in the retail market. The fourth one is cooperative marketing, where marketing societies are formed by farmers to sell the output collectively to take advantage of collective bargaining for obtaining a better price. Best example is Camco. It is an association of the growers of arecanut and cocoa. There is Rubber Growers Society formed by a cooperative society formed by rubber growers. Now, let us just have a glance over the defects of agricultural marketing in India. The most important defect of agricultural marketing is lack of storage facility. It is said that nearly 15 to 30% of agricultural produce are damaged either by rats or rains due to the absence of a proper storage facility. So farmers are forced to sell their produce just after harvest at a very low and unremunerative price. Number two, distress sale. Most of the Indian farmers are small and marginal farmers, poor farmers. Their waiting capacity is very low, so they cannot wait till they get better price. So immediately after the harvest, generally when prices are very low, they rush to the market to sell their produce. As a result, they get a substantially unfair low price for their produce. Lack of transportation system. See, the transport system is not efficient in India, so farmers find it very difficult to carry their produce from their village to the towns. It is more so in the case of perishable commodities. Unfavorable mandis. The mandis are also not favorable to the farmers. In mandis, farmers have to wait for disposing their produce, for which there is no storage facility. Farmers will have to take the help of middlemen or dalals who take away major share of the profit. So, a study made by D.S. Sidhu revealed that the share of the middlemen in case of rice was 31%, in case of vegetables it was 29.5%, and in case of fruits, which are very perishable, was 46.5%. Intermediaries. There is a long chain of middlemen between the actual grower and the final consumer. These middlemen take a large share of the price of the produce as a commission. So the farmers get very low price and consumers are made to pay high price for the commodity. The difference price is enjoyed by the middlemen. Six, unregulated markets. There are markets, mandis, which are not regulated properly. As a result, farmers are subject to exploitation by the unregulated markets in India. Farmers who are ignorant, who are very small, very poor, having very low bargaining power, are subject to different kinds of exploitation by the middlemen and traders. Lack of market intelligence. Our farmers are very poor, live in a very remote area, and they are not aware of the market fluctuations. They are not aware of the price prevailing in the market. So what they do, they immediately sell their produce in the local market without having the knowledge of market fluctuations. If they wait for 1 month, they will get a good price for their produce. In case of perishable commodities, if they just process the commodity, if they add value to the commodity, they will get good price for their produce. Unfortunately, our farmers do not have market intelligence. Lack of organization. Our farmers are not organized. If they are organized, they will have collective bargaining power. They can demand price for the commodity. Unfortunately, they are not organized, so they don't get fair price for their produce. Lack of grading. Farmers have little information about grading of the produce. If they grade the produce, they will get good price for their commodity. But they don't do that. They just collect the produce and they take raw commodities to the market and just sell. They don't even bother about cleaning, grading, segregation. As a result, they get throwaway price. Lack of institutional finance. Our farmers do not have proper land records, do not have receipts. As a result, they don't get financial assistance from financial institutions. So they rush to money lenders, traders, middlemen who charge exorbitant rate of interest, who exploit the gullible nature of our poor consumers. unfavorable conditions. Large number of farmers are small and marginal, so they are forced by the rich farmers, traders, money lenders to fall into their trap to go for distress sale of their produce by involving them into the vicious circle of indebtedness. That is the problem. Now let us have a glance over various measures undertaken by the government for improving agricultural marketing. The government has undertaken measures to establish regulated markets and thereby protect poor farmers from unscrupulous practices of the middlemen and traders. Efforts have also been made to establish and popularize agricultural marketing societies so that farmers can come together, form a society, and when they are organized, their collective bargaining capacity goes up. Extension and construction of storage facility, and you know that in recent years the government of India has earmarked huge sums of money to extend warehousing facilities to the farmers. Expansion of market yards and other allied facilities and improving existing market conditions is also in the pipeline. Provision is made for extending adequate amounts of credit facilities to the farmers. There is a timely supply of market information through newspaper, radio, TV, extension programs, improvement and extension of road transport system, provision of standardization and gradation, and has created awareness among the farmers. The government has come forward and formulated new policies to protect the interest of the farmers, to create cooperative marketing, to extend warehousing facilities, and to have one nation, one market concept. And today, Indian farmer can sell his produce in any corner of India. So that is the new policy. So government has undertaken various measures to improve agricultural marketing system in India. So in this video, we have understood what is agricultural marketing, what are the defects of agricultural marketing, and measures undertaken by the government to overcome agricultural marketing defects. Thank you very much.